Hello, welcome to Meta Perfume. Today I'm going to cover my designer perfumes. I'm doing the second installation of my entire perfume collection, and I started with the celebrity and now I'm moving to the designer. And I have a lot, so I'm just going to get into it. I'm going to go from my lowest ranked to my favorites at the end of the video, and yeah, get started now. So, my least favorite, Versace Yellow Diamond. And I have this because it came in a set and I don't use it. I don't like it. It's too, I don't know. I don't like mimosa, I guess. The main notes are Amalfi lemon, mimosa, pear, and bergamot. Second to the last favorite is Shiseido Zen. Now, Demi Rollins was the one who inspired me to get this. She really likes it. And on me, it comes out a little more masculine than I like. One thing was cool though. When I first got it, it just took me right back to a mall in Tokyo. Like I was in the mall in Tokyo. I must have smelled it there. But yeah, I decided to basically pair this with Britney Spears Rocker Femme Fantasy as kind of the way to use it, and I really like this combination. Actually, I go to it kind of a lot during the cooler days, and I just do kind of a one-to-one spray of them both, and it becomes something totally different because this is a pretty feminine perfume and this one is masculine. So yeah, really like that combo, but on its own, I don't really wear it that much. Next one, Bulgari Rose Rose Splendida Rose Rose. Now this is, I think, just a bad name for it, because if you say rose twice in your name it should be like total rose, but this is rose with a bunch of other things. It's got rose, blackberry, musk, patchouli, mandarin orange, sandalwood, and vetiver as the kind of prominent notes, and I can smell a lot of the I can smell the orange. It smells like dried flowers. It smells like dried roses. It's kind of a dusty smell. I think it's kind of a mature scent. Also, I could see like grandma wearing this. It would be pretty on her. Yeah, Splendida Rose Rose by Bulgari. Yeah. Next, I just have a mini of this one. This is Armani Code, and this also came in a set, but it's I don't know, the longevity is pretty bad. Like, for the notes seem, you know, fine, but I feel like it's kind of a dated fragrance. The main notes are honey, orange, vanilla, jasmine, orange blossom, bitter orange, ginger, and sandalwood. And I can definitely get the ginger. Thing is, it just doesn't last very long. I get like 2 hours maybe out of this, so yeah, not that keen on it, and it's just not that remarkable. Next I have Versace Crystal Noir. Crystal Noir is nice. It's got a coconut and some spices in it. And this perfume is kind of low on my list because I'm not that big on spicy perfumes, honestly. And it's got considerable spice. I mean, it's got a pepper note, a ginger note, a cardamom note. Yeah. So for me, it's a nighttime, maybe winter time, nighttime fragrance. If I'm feeling spicy, which is rarely. And next, I have Oud Bouquet. Now this one was also a Demi Rollins inspiration, one of her favorites. And it's a pretty simple fragrance. I mean, I think of a enchanted cabin in a mystical forest with some baked goods in the oven, like marshmallow, muffins, and campfire smoke. That's what this smells like to me. But it's a pretty simple composition with oud, praline, vanilla, rose, and saffron. And I think it's so low on my list because I just don't care that much for praline or saffron as notes. And I get enough of those. But I like it. I mean, it's just one of those kind of special occasion fragrances that if I really feel like, I don't know, woodsy, I'll put it on. So I'm not listing every note in every perfume because I feel like a lot of people do that. I'm just listing the most prominent notes, unless it's a really simple composition, like 7 notes or less, and then I'll list more of the notes, or maybe all the notes, just to kind of be more accurate. But otherwise, I'm truncating. So my next one is Versace Eros pour Femme. And this is a morning scent for me. It's very zingy. It's got a lot of lemon and pomegranate to my nose. It's my Monday morning work perfume. This is definitely kind of wakes me up with that lemon. Very, very bright fragrance. A little sharp too, which is also kind of good to wake you up. Next I have the Splendida Jasmine Noir by Bulgari. And this one, it's a nice, it reminds me of a winter night. It's good for cooler weather, probably fall and winter. And the main notes are gardenia, jasmine, tonka, sandalwood, cashmeran, green notes, and patchouli. And it's nice. I enjoy it. I don't reach for it that much. When I want a jasmine perfume, I've got a few more that are a little higher on my list, but sometimes I'll snag this and put it on. Next I have just a mini. This one is pretty new to my collection actually, Because It's You by Emporio Armani, and I really like this. This was in a sampler. It's got a lot of raspberry, vanilla, rose, and then lemon, neroli, musk, and amberwood. It's a pretty simple fragrance, just those notes. And yeah, I can really smell the rose and the raspberry and the vanilla, which makes it nice, fruity floral, and yummy. Because It's You, Emporio Armani. Next I have just another little mini Black Opium. I got this because everybody talks about it, and I like to have things around when I'm listening to people discuss them, just to reference. I think this is a very popular perfume because the same reason that Starbucks is popular. People love coffee, and it's also just well crafted. It's pretty. I mean, given the notes that are in here, I kind of can't not like it because it just has all of these notes that I really like. But I don't wear it that often just because it is so popular and not super unique. But every once in a while I'll reach for it. So that's Black Opium by Yves Saint Laurent. Next I have a Poison Girl Eau de Parfum by Dior. And this is a bit heavy. I do kind of want to check out the Eau de Toilette. I've heard rave reviews about that, maybe better reviews than this, because it is kind of a heavy fragrance. It's nice and sweet. I got it because I like sweet. It's vanilla, almond, tonka, bitter orange, and rose, and tolu balsam, and several other notes, but those are the main ones that people smell. So yeah, Poison Girl by Dior. It's really almondy. It's very rich. Kind of go light on it, but you have to like sweet fragrances. This is really sweet. People say it's kind of an immature fragrance. Maybe that's just psychological because it's called Girl. I don't know. Maybe it is, but I like it. It's not one I reach for that often, but I'm glad I have it. I think it's good. I do want to try the Pure Poison by Dior though. That's on my cart that I'm about to hit the button on. So next on my list is the Acqua di Gio by Giorgio Armani, and this is a really complicated fragrance. It's got a lot of florals in it, but people say the main note they can pull out is musk vodka. It is pretty. It's a really interesting floral. I get it's just a very light, yeah, green notes I smell, and the longevity isn't super great. Is my experience. It's maybe a 3.5 hour wearing time before I'd have to reapply, but it is pretty. I do like that one. And Versace's Dylan Blue is next. So like I said, I really like the minis because then you get to try it more, but I actually might purchase a large one of this once my mini runs out because it is really lovely. And it has a bunch of interesting notes. It's a pretty unique fragrance. The main notes people get are Granny Smith apple, peach, black currant, clover, rose hip, petalia, which I don't know what that is, musk, and forget-me-not, as well as some shiso and styrax. So several of those notes, I don't even know what they are, but they're in here and they make it very unique, very pretty, classy smelling, and just clean. It smells very clean. So Dylan Blue by Versace. Ooh, next is my favorite Bulgari that I own and came in the set there. It's the Magnolia Sensuel in the Splendida line. Yeah, I like a magnolia note. It's pretty, it's fairly uncommon. I don't see a lot of perfumes with a magnolia note, but it's nice. It's got magnolia, orange blossom, tangerine, jasmine, musk, vanilla, and patchouli as sort of the most prominent notes in there. And it is a pretty simple fragrance. Actually, that's all of the notes. Yeah, there are only those notes. So magnolia, orange blossom, tangerine, jasmine, musk, vanilla, and patchouli. It's nice. Magnolia Sensual by Bulgari. Next, this was a Kathleen Lights inspired purchase. She's a big fan of Jimmy Choo, and actually I wasn't as big of a fan when I first got this as I am of it now. It's grown on me over time, and it's actually a fairly simple composition. It's got 6 notes, with the main note being toffee, and then patchouli, pear, orchid, mandarin orange, and green notes in here. And it's got really good longevity. This will last a whole day, only need a little bit of it. And the candy note makes it pretty sweet, the toffee, and the pear also. But it's also got a little bit of spiciness. I guess that's from the green notes and the patchouli. So yeah, Jimmy Choo by Jimmy Choo Eau de Parfum, very lovely. Next I have a summer fragrance, summer spring, maybe spring. If it's really hot, this might be a little bit too sweet, but it's a nice, sweet, fruity summer fragrance for me. Watermelon, kiwi, cyclamen, and lemon tree are the main notes that people get. And smells like sunshine. Wish we had some of that today. It's pretty gray. That was L'Imperatrice by Dolce & Gabbana. So now we're getting into the top 20 of my designer fragrances, minus my top 10. So I like all of these a lot, but the next one I have here is My Burberry, which is prominent in sweet pea, quince, damask rose, freesia, geranium, and patchouli. But it has 17 notes, so it's pretty complex. It's very floral and light. It's a beautiful perfume. This is just gorgeous. Yeah, that sweet pea is kind of unique. It's kind of a unique floral, and I like that for work. It's good. I think it's kind of a good signature scent all around, year round, if you're in the mood for a pretty floral or going somewhere fancy, dressing up. It's a good one. Next I have Giorgio Armani Si. This is a favorite for a date night. This has a lot of vanilla and cassis as the main note. So the main notes are cassis, vanilla, patchouli, May rose, freesia, ambroxan, and woody notes. And actually those are all the notes. There's 7. So it's a pretty simple composition, but it's very attractive. It's very kind of seductive with the vanilla and the cassis. It's not a common note, cassis, but apparently it just makes something very sexy. So this is a great perfume for a date night. And next, this was inspired by Kathleen Lights. That's why I bought this one. Now, Jeremy Fragrance got me to buy this. He said it smells like a wife. And I was like, oh, trying to get that happening. So I'm gonna get this, and it's gorgeous. Mon Guerlain, iconic. You know, vanilla, lavender, tonka. I think I really like the tonka in it, actually. The iris, sandalwood, and it has a licorice note, so it's pretty unique, but just very beautiful, vanilla floral with lavender that kind of makes it interesting. So Mon Guerlain, by Guerlain, lovely. Next I have Bright Crystal, and you know, going back and forth, I was like, maybe I like Mon Guerlain better than Bright Crystal and the next one, but I don't know, maybe I do. I like Bright Crystal though, and I think I want to try the Absolute to see if I like it better, because the longevity isn't so good on this. I don't think I would purchase a full bottle of the regular Bright Crystal, but if I like the Absolute and it had better longevity, I might get that, a small bottle. But this is also a pretty unique and very light spring scent for me. It's a peony, yuzu, pomegranate, lotus, water notes, magnolia, and then the dry down it has musk, mahogany, and amber. So it sounds like it might be a little heavier than it is, but it's a really nice light perfume. In my nose, I like that a lot. Bright Crystal by Versace. Next, I have the Christmas 2018 edition of Viktor and Rolf's Flowerbomb. I bought this for myself this Christmas as a gift for myself. It was my holiday present to myself, and I did it because, excuse me, the top note had been changed to lime, and I was looking for a lime fragrance because I love lime in fragrances. It's my favorite note. And so I was like, oh, they have lime. And then I got it, and it is not that different from the original Flowerbomb. I guess I can kind of, it's a little bit more crisp with the lime than the regular Flowerbomb, but it is very close to the original Flowerbomb. I was a little disappointed, so I usually layer this with my lime perfumes, my Atelier Cologne, Pacific Lime, or my Eau de Gaga. And yeah, I really like it with those lime perfumes layered in, but by itself, it's okay. I'll reach for it every once in a while. I mean, I like Flowerbomb. It's a cool scent. It's interesting. The main notes are tea, patchouli, musk, osmanthus, jasmine, orange blossom, and lime. But I could use a little more lime. Next, I have Scandal or Scandal. Not sure how it really is pronounced, but it's a honey balm, honey, beeswax, patchouli, caramel, gardenia, and blood orange. And it is super, super sweet. It's super, super sexy date night. And generally I wear this when it's scandalous and I need to be scandalous, and it works. So yeah, Scandal by Jean-Paul Gaultier is one of these. Next, I have Mon Paris by Yves Saint Laurent. And this is a really complex fragrance. It's a fruity patchouli. Oh, I love it. Yeah, really complex. The main notes are strawberry, raspberry, patchouli. There's Indonesian patchouli leaf as well. Peony, pear, musk, 2 different types of jasmine, datura flower, and a lot of other notes. There are 19 notes listed on Fragrantica. And it's just a really nice light fruity with that strawberry main note, strawberry patchouli combination. That's kind of a unique fruity patchouli. It's got great longevity, really good projection. I sometimes over spray this, so you just need a couple dabs in this case. I don't have a sprayer, but yeah, this one is really delicious. And then one of my very favorite, one of my earliest purchases that I got just because I liked it, nobody else recommended it, I smelled it on a tester and was like, ooh, that's good, is Pretty and Punk by Betsy Johnson. And this is also a super complex fragrance. I didn't realize how many notes it had. It's got about 20 notes in it. And it's heavy in raspberry, cherry, praline, vanilla orchid, patchouli, sandalwood, and a lot of other notes. A lot of florals in there. I consider this my happy hour perfume. I feel like this is a really uplifting fragrance, and if I want an uplift in my mood, I will put this on because it's just really, it's really nice and floral but not heavy, and just kind of zingy, bright, happy hour floral. That's what I think of. Next we have a massive star in the perfume world, the Alien, just regular Mugler's Alien, which has apparently only 3 notes, jasmine, woody notes, and amber. And this is an incredibly popular perfume for good reason. It's really unique, really great longevity. It kind of reminds me of like a, not in a bad way, but of like a hospital, like a empty room. Like it's very minimalistic, but also very beautiful. Just really good. And they did a great job with their marketing campaign too. I mean, the bottle's great, the name is great. It's great, and beloved. So, Mugler by Alien, or Alien by Mugler. Next, I have a great summer perfume. This is one of my go-tos for summer. I mentioned in my last video, I'm going to be layering this with Ariana Grande's Cloud to help me get through that. And this is a really light, nice, it doesn't have the best longevity. I'd say, you know, it could be better in the longevity department. I probably get maybe 3 hours, maybe less, maybe more. But I like to wear this in the really warm weather. Its main notes are raspberry, red berries, sweet pea, citruses, rose, musk, and sandalwood. And actually those are all the notes. So it's a fairly simple composition, and just a really nice, light, fruity floral summer perfume. I think I really like sweet pea because whenever I see sweet pea in a fragrance, I'm like, yeah, that's good stuff. And next I have classic Black Orchid by Tom Ford. Now this, I got a sample and scent bird, I think, and I think this is an intoxicating scent. It's like, yep, that can be, that's pretty unique, intoxicating. I think it's been around for a long time. I heard it was Michael Jackson's signature fragrance, but it is pretty rich. It's dark. I wear this at night, maybe in cooler weather, and it is pretty sexy. It's got Mexican chocolate, truffle, patchouli, orchid, vanilla, and incense as some of the main notes, but it's an incredibly complex fragrance with about 23 notes, including a ton of florals. So, yeah, Black Orchid by Tom Ford. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so within this list that doesn't contain any of my top 10 favorites, which I'll put in the last installment of this perfume collection series, we're getting into my top 10. So Black Orchid would have been number 10, and this would have been number 9. This is Marc Jacobs Decadence Oh So Decadent, and it's very different from the other Decadents. It's a lot more fruity, it's springy. I think it's light. It's a lighter package. I don't mind the packaging. With the small size, I think it's pretty cute. I could see if it was a bigger bottle, it might be a little bit unmanageable, but I think the small size is cute. And this one has pear, blackcurrant, white amber, raspberry, lily of the valley, ivy, magnolia, cashmere wood, and jasmine. Those are all the notes in there. And I just think it's really, really nice for spring. Just gorgeous pear note in there. I really like pear as a noted fragrance. So Marc Jacobs Decadence, Oh So Decadent. And now I've got a couple that I know I am buying full-size bottles when I run out of my little testers. This is a new one I just got and I really like it. It's the Bvlgari Skin, and it is got amazing longevity. I put this on and I can smell it full force for hours and hours and hours, so I only need a little bit of it. It goes a long way, and it's got a really lovely tea note in it that I like. So when tea note is done well, I really can get on board with some tea fragrances if I like the composition. And this is one. It's got violet leaf, soybean, green tea, orris root, ambrette, and bergamot as some of the main notes. And it's just kind of unisex. That tea to me is prominent on my skin, and it's just, yeah, it's a really unique and kind of lovely fragrance with a little complexity and yeah, like that one. Now, Acqua di Gioia. So I got all of these Giorgio Armani minis just to get this Acqua di Gioia perfume, which has a mint note in it, and I find that I really like a mint note in perfume. And I love the opening of this. I wish I liked the dry down as much as the opening. It's not bad, it just becomes a little bit less to my liking over time, but the opening is just intoxicating to me. And the main notes are Amalfi lemon, mint, jasmine, peony, cedar, pink pepper, labdanum, and brown sugar. That is Acqua di Gioia by Giorgio Armani. Next, this is one of my early favorites. I got this because of a sampler from Sephora that had a bunch of samples that you could get a full-size one. This is my like lingerie perfume. I spray it on my lingerie because it's nice and subtle, and it's got this sandalwood note that I love sandalwood. To me, this smells like when you're a little kid and you're eating bazooka gum. There was like comics wrapped around the bazooka gum, and there was a powder in the comics, like a white powder. To me, this smells like the powder and the bazooka gum comics, and it takes me back to being like super young. But it's a pretty simple composition. It's kind of a woodsy gourmand with caramel, vanilla, white chocolate, sandalwood, and cedar. And I just love this perfume. I think it's more for cooler weather, but I think you can get away with wearing it in the summer too, because it's not too heavy really. If you like a gourmand and you like wood, it'll do you right. Secret Genius by Penrose. Oh, this is also one of my only fragrances that I know for certain is vegan, and I'm vegan, so that's good. Not all my perfumes are vegan, and I don't know which ones are, so if you have information on good resources for knowing which perfumes are not vegan or which ingredients are not, I would love to see it. Put it in the comments. That would be awesome. Thank you. Next I have La Nuit Trésor, and this is a fruity patchouli I adore. Great for going out, a lot of projection, very strong, very complex. There are like 17 notes in this. It is interesting. I just realized that praline, they say, is one of the main prominent notes, and I didn't think I liked praline, but I guess I like it in this. I just thought this was a fruity patchouli. But the main notes people get are praline, caramel, lychee, patchouli, vanilla, coffee, and tonka, and a lot of other fruits. So yeah, La Nuit Trésor by Lancôme is a good clubbing fragrance. I think I got this on the recommendation of Demi Rollins. Thanks, Demi. My light is fading. So, reaching the end of the 36 perfumes I'm covering. These are my top four. And two of them, I haven't even bought the full-size bottles. They were Scentbird Discoveries, and I'm going to get them when cash flow permits. But this was Indigo by Nest Fragrances, and this is like intoxicating to me. The tea note, there's only 5 notes in it. It's tea, fig, which I love fig, bergamot, cashmere wood, and cardamom. And it's got this just intoxicating thing that the fig and the tea do. I really like this fragrance. Indigo by Nest Fragrances. Yummy. I'm gonna get one because I used it all up quick. Another one that I discovered on Scentbird was Glossier You. And I will be buying this as well. This is just a really unique fragrance. Apparently there's just a few notes in it. Just musk, powdery notes, and iris. And I guess I like iris and musk, but it's like a skin scent. It is. To me it smells kind of like clay. But it's just really nice. It would be one that you could wear unassumingly, where you aren't supposed to wear fragrances. Glossier You would be a good one for that. Yeah, definitely getting a full-size bottle when I run out of this little one. And then of this list, the top 2 that I have are Gucci 2, which was one of my first designer fragrance purchase. Kathleen Lights' favorite, which is why I got it. And it reminds me of like children in a garden in England having tea. I feel like it's really beautiful and innocent kind of, but like gorgeous. Like I wouldn't wear this on a date. I don't consider it sexy, but I just consider it like something that would promote intimacy, if that makes sense. Not sexual, but otherwise. Yeah, really good. Gucci too, and the main notes people get are blackberry, cedar, black currant, red berries, cassia, and peony. And the last one finally is the Angel Muse EDT, the Eau de Toilette from Angel Muse that Mila LeBlanc inspired me to buy. And this, I will also probably get the Eau de Parfum of Angel Muse, but that one goes a long way, so you only need, I'll probably only get the small bottle because you can really just a couple sprays of that and you're good. And it's good for winter. This one has a little bit more variety of when you can use it, I think. It's a little more versatile because it's lighter. And the notes in it are passion fruit, hazelnut cocoa spread, vetiver, which I love vetiver, akigala wood, okay, mandarin orange, caramel, chocolate, cassis, and lemon. And it's just a gorgeous, fruity, yummy, gourmand, but not heavy. Oh, I really like this. So that does it for the designer edition of my perfume collection. Next time I will be covering the niche and other perfumes, which include like my clone houses and some of the lower end fragrances that I didn't think were designer, but maybe they are. You can tell me in the comments. This is enough for this video. Thanks so much for joining, and please subscribe and like the video if you liked it, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.